Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today I am bringing you 3 recipes that I make on a weekly basis while I do my meal preps. Now, these are more side dishes that go along with the main course, but these are without fail on my menu every single week, so I wanted to share them with you guys. If you watch my weekly grocery hauls, you always hear me talk about the sweet potatoes with chili lime seasoning from Trader Joe's. It's kind of funny really because I used to be someone who hated sweet potatoes and now I can't get enough, but it pretty much has to come down to this combination. This combo is everything, you guys. Like, if you're not a huge sweet potato fan, give this a try because I'm telling you, that's where I was, and now again, this is on my weekly menu. Why I like it so much is I pretty much eat this hot. I do. But you can have this cold too. You can put it on top of salad. So it's such a great thing to have prepped, ready to go in the fridge for you for whatever it is you're making. You could probably incorporate it somehow. I just love it. Now you just saw here too that that's the size I personally like to make them. You can go ahead and make these bigger if you want. You may have to adjust your cook time a little bit if you do, but I really like this because they kind of get a little bit, I'm going to use this word and it's kind of bad, but kind of a burnt look to them once they are air fried, but that's what makes them so delicious. I will link below for you guys the air fryer I have been using for years on end now. I absolutely love it, but if you do not have one or you're not in the market for one right now, you can certainly do this in your oven or on the stove top as well. Now, you're just going to put your sweet potatoes into the basket, put a generous coating of coconut oil, like a spray, over top, and a good coat of the chili lime seasoning. You can cut it back a little bit if you want, not maybe as much as I do. I'm telling you, my friends, it's so good. I love it. That's one I definitely go heavy-handed with. You also will notice that it really is a full basket of sweet potatoes, and that's what I love about it too, is you can make so much of this at a time. I've actually even done more in there at a time, and it's been totally fine. Now you're seeing here I'm giving it a shake. I did it for 400 degrees for 15 minutes, gave it a shake, put it in for another 15 minutes, and this is where we're at. In that first 15 minutes, it's probably technically done, but again, I like to get that kind of browned up, charred look to it. It's so good, you guys. Store it in an airtight container in your fridge, and you are good to go. I think my personal favorite with this one is pairing it with a tofu scramble, but again, get creative. Okay, so the next one couldn't be easier. It just couldn't, but I gotta share it with you anyway because although it's so simple, it's also one that might really be shocking to you. If you are not a big broccoli person, if you've normally had it raw or steamed and are not a big fan, please try this as well. Having said that though, if you are a fan of it raw or steamed, you may not like this because it makes such a difference in flavor. And this recipe is actually very similar to the sweet potatoes because I'm using that coconut oil spray again. I just think it brings to life things in the air fryer. You do not have to use oil in your air fryer. That's kind of the point, but I do think a little bit goes a long way, so I personally do. And then I topped it with lemon pepper. That's it. It's like 2 ingredients. That's all. And then I'm putting it into my air fryer at 350 degrees for about 7 minutes. Taking a peek at it, and you'll see that it basically is done, but when you put it in for that additional 7 minutes, you see that it gets kind of burnt on the top, and it is so good this way, my friends. It's so good. It tastes very nutty. It's such a different take on broccoli, and it becomes very light and airy too. It's so strange, but I highly recommend it. And another reason I really love this as well is it's great hot, it's great cold, and it's great at room temperature. So again, this is why it makes the weekly lineup. It's so good, guys. Now, the last recipe I have for you guys here today is the corn salsa. This is my retake on the Chipotle corn salsa. I love that there, you guys, and I think I've pretty much nailed it, but I do add one additional ingredient that I think it makes it even better personally, but I have to share this with you guys. Now, you're gonna need a lot of limes. As you can see, the base of this kind of dressing in this salsa, if you will, is lime juice, and make sure you you get the fresh limes. It makes such a difference. It really does. So you're going to use quite a bit of limes here. And I also find it very important to grill up your corn. You can do it however you want to do it, whether you barbecue it, whether you do it on a stovetop or a griddle pan like this. Grill up your corn first. Takes a little bit of that bite of the rawness out, and I think it actually just tastes a lot better. You don't have to season it or anything. Just get it a little bit charred up. And I'm also taking here a jalapeno, and I'm also going to throw that on the grill pan as well. Now, in my opinion, the way I did this salsa is not spicy, but that's also because I pretty much removed all the seeds out of the jalapeno. If you do want it to be a little bit spicier, then for sure leave some of the seeds in and see how you like that. But just so you know, this is actually still very much on a mild to medium side in the end. And I also just chopped up some cilantro here we're gonna add in. And then into the lime juice, we're gonna put a little bit of chili powder and cumin and a little bit of white vinegar. And that's basically it. A little bit of salt too, but that is literally like the base of the dressing, and it's so simple, but it's so good. And I will tell you too that the longer this one sits, the better it is. So it's a great one to have in the fridge as a prep. Now here you'll see that I'm actually just kind of flipping these jalapenos over to get them kind of grilled up as well. You do not have to do this step if you do not want to, but I actually just really like the way that it all tastes not being completely raw. So it's totally optional, but I personally prefer doing that, and it takes no time at all since you have the grill pan out anyway. So I'm just gonna chop this up. If you do want to leave like the jalapeno maybe a little bit bigger bite-sized pieces if you wanted to pick around it, just in case you're worried about the heat level, but again, for me, I'm good. It's very mild to me. So I'm just chopping that up finely, and then here's your little trick. I learned this from Rachel Ray back in the day. Put a little bowl inside your bowl and set your corn on the cob up on top there as you're cutting off your corn, and it falls right into the bowl for you. There you go. Otherwise, it's all over the floor. Anyway, so I'm cutting off the corn off the cob here, and I could have definitely grilled this up even longer, but again, just getting that little bit of rawness out enhances the flavor so much in my opinion, so that's still totally fine even if you don't do it like a lot. Now this is my additional ingredient that you don't usually find, I think, in the Chipotle corn salsa, is the fire roasted tomatoes. I do about a half a can of that, and I just really like that. Now here's the truth, guys. I was mixing this up and I'm like, something doesn't look right. I'm like, what is it? And your girl forgot her onion. You have to have a red onion in this. It is so needed. And it has to be this color too. Normally I'll say grab an onion, doesn't matter. No, it needs to be the red onion here. It makes such a difference, and it tastes so good together. So make sure you put the onion in, and then you're gonna put your dressing over top, give it a toss, and you are all set. My personal favorite pairing with this is my sofritas recipe, which I will link below for you guys as well. I love that together. It's so good. But again, you can add this to salads throughout the week, have it just with some chips as a snack, and call it good. It's very tasty. So I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 recipes. Please let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this, very short and simple, and I can do that for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching as always. Don't you know that you're beautiful, just the